Hello, everyone, and welcome inside of the Dome Gymnasium, where tonight we have an AAC battle between the Bluefield College Rams and the CIU Rams here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside of the Battle of the Rams. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network as the Rams' first basketball game since December 12th, and it will not get easier for Bluefield College's squad without three players due to COVID protocol. Brianna Poole, as well as Sierra Cook and Shayla Spell. Ayanna Struther also missing for the Rams due to a non-COVID related injury. So now COVID comes into this game, unfortunately, as a factor for the Rams that are trying to find a win. 3-7 on the year, 3-5 in the AAC, as Bluefield College welcomes a CIU team 6-7 and 4-5 in the AAC. First game of the year 2021 up against CIU, coached by Danielle Fleming. Corey Mullins in his 7th season with Emily Breeding as a starter, Tiana Crockett joining her, Taylor Dunford, Morgan Wiley, and Kylie Meadows all getting the start for Bluefield College, as Kylie Meadows starts out in the middle for Bluefield, as well as Jordan McQueen, the junior from Columbus, Ohio, for the CIU Rams. Check that. It's Zion Neat instead for CIU. Here's Kylie Meadows. Won't win the tip, and it goes the way of CIU to Kanaya Watkins. So last time the Rams played was against Point back on December 12th. Ended up losing that game by a good amount on the road. Trying to change that here up against the CIU team, 6-7, 4-5 in the AAC, coming off of a win. They have played this year back on January 2nd against Tennessee Wesleyan. Here's a three. Too hard. Easy rebound, and the stick back able to fall. So Jordan Sproul able to get on the board. We'll have to see what the Rams can do without Sierra Cook, one of the best players that the Rams have had at the point guard position in a long time. And a 10-second violation, halting the Rams in their tracks already to start out the game. And I don't think that Bluefield College really has the luxury of starting out slow. Here is the guard and Watkins. Playing it over onto the left side. Watkins lost the ball and walked in the lane. Corey Mullins trying to lobby for that call, gets it anyway. Remember, Bluefield College without so many players, just playing with 8 today so far. Crockett and the Rams trying to get the ball across midcourt. They do, just barely. Breeding finds Wiley. Can't take the lead for Bluefield there. And a rebound falls for Watkins. 8:53 remaining in the first quarter. Corner three. Back iron miss. And another offensive rebound with a stick back. Sproul again. So Sproul makes it a 4-0 game. That full court press has kind of stopped Bluefield so far. Shouldn't even say kind of. It has stopped the Rams of the Bluefield variety. Outside of the perimeter. Meadows finds Breeding. Well, it's a small lineup for Bluefield College today. I have to see what they can do without really having the size to clean up the boards. And this is a Rams team that's not scared of shooting the three. Another walk called on Watkins. And one would argue a lot of the offensive identity of Bluefield College is based around the triple. And this is where you're seeing the loss of Sierra Cook. No one really has taken the ball up confidently for Bluefield College as of yet. 7:55, and because of that full court press, each Rams possession really starts with about 16 seconds on the shot clock when they confidently cross the logo. Meadows for three. Good. Nothing but net. Kylie Meadows, the transfer from Oregon Tech and a West Virginia native. Watkins, back iron miss. Well, the offensive rebounds have collected for Sproul. Was trying to find Jordan McQueen there and missed the mark. And meanwhile, a couple of substitutes checking in, and I think this is going to be a huge difference today. Rams obviously only with 8 players to work with as Dunford goes to the bench. Pass is tipped out of bounds off of the hands of Breon Stewart. Over to Crockett, maneuvering out of this full court press, a trap in the backcourt. Meadows with space, finds Curtis. Good move off the glass. She's going to have to be the primary rebounder and defender inside of the paint today. What a steal by Breeding. One-on-one to the glass. Yes, ma'am, takes the lead. Well, the Abingdon native takes the lead for Bluefield on a telegraph steal. 3 on the other end. Ferrara too short. Let's stick around after the game. We'll have head coach Corey Mullins. Well, he said barring if he gets kicked out or thrown out of the game, he should be around for a post-game interview. Meadows for 3. Nothing but net again. Well, Justin Morton, the PA announcer, getting into it as Meadows has her second triple. Well, the Rams are getting beat on the offensive boards. Ferrara. Walls, back to Ferrara. 7 on the shot clock, trading the ball around. Baseline jumper. Way too hard off the mark for Treywick. 6:07 left to play first quarter. Rams with a small lead over CIU. 8-4 the score. Wiley blocked, hesitated on a 3, didn't have time. Stewart with a full palm on it. Here comes Walls, and she's fouled for the first foul of the ball game.
Foul called on Rams number 21, Morgan Wiley, her first personal, team first.
So first personal, team first, and now we see the return at the Dome of Tiana Scott. We had not seen her at the beginning of the year. Tiana, the senior from Chesapeake, Virginia. That's a little bit of three-point shooting prowess as well as some athleticism on the guard position that might help replace the absence of Sierra Cook, but of course not fully. Well, the free throw's good to make it a 2-point game. Hip high, dribbles for Scott. Needs help for the logo. Defense has been so fierce for CIU. Down to 5 seconds. Curtis has to make a move. Does so inside to Meadows. Found an open look, and the Rams use the all of that shot clock there to find the shot. Walls with a carry, and a foul is called. Trying to go through the lane on a Euro step, and it goes on Curtis. First foul on Curtis, her second, or excuse me, the team second. Well, CIU with a whole bench to work with. We're seeing players come right back in. Already the second full platoon of substitutes that we've seen. And we're just 5 minutes into the first quarter. Make it 5:08 on the clock. Missed shot, rebound Curtis. So it will be a test of the Rams' endurance in this game. Will they be able to withstand only having 8 players to work with? So that's 3 bench players right now. Wiley spins the ball out, Breeding. They get 8 on the shot clock. Scott to the glass. Too hard. Into the front court. Tough pass from Watkins, kicked out of bounds by Sproul. Had been the target. Can't even really say the target on the first couple of offensive possessions for CIU because Sproul was just cleaning up the offensive boards and finding open 5-foot shots. Probably less than 5 feet, about 3 feet layups. 4:32 on the clock. Bluefield College with a 4-point lead, but dealing with that full court press that will likely be there the entire game. Here comes Crockett into the semicircle and an easy layup. Found a way to get past the full court press. Kick out, nobody's there. Rams defense forcing a turnover. I really like the idea of going inside out, but somebody has to be on the other end of that pass for CIU to make that work. After Brown throws the ball out of bounds, Bluefield College running the floor. 4:05 on the clock. Wiley thought about spotting up a three. You could tell they're starting to flutter outside of the perimeter. Scott's wide open. And the ball bounced off of the shot clock, so that is deemed out of bounds. Although we did see a few days ago in the men's game where a player for Point laid the ball up. The ball hit the top of the rim or top of the backboard and fell in. That should have been illegal, I believe, and it counted anyway. That's Zion Neat. 3.5 minutes to play in the first period. Tiana Scott in trouble, bounces across the midcourt line. Wiley almost went backcourt. Finds Crockett. And this is what we're saying. Rams offense really only starts about 15 seconds into the shot clock. That's pivotal for CIU to use up half of it. But Scott finds the basket anyway. Answering shot falling for CIU. Kanaya Watkins able to get to the rim. And back to it with no student sections, and normally that's just something we're kind of used to with a lack of a huge crowd here at the Dome, but that cheer is just so loud this year of the D up, D up, D up. It's very prominent in women's basketball. Meanwhile, Breeding misses. Crockett rebound, yes. Timeout called by Corey Mullins, and that will bring us to our first break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 16-10, Bluefield leads.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fan.
Welcome back, everybody. Still in the first quarter, 2:29 left to play in the opening period. 16-10, Rams lead over the Rams. Bluefield College enjoying a 6-point lead despite having so many players out, including a couple of starters. Down the baseline for CIU, going back out, a team that comes into this game 6-7. Remember, another thing, Bluefield College has not played since December 12th. It's been even longer since they played at the Dome, since the beginning of the month of December. Running the clock all the way down. Lost the ball. Scott forces a jump ball possession arrow, points the way of Bluefield anyway. So Scott reached in, ripped that ball away, and the Rams, Bluefield, have it back with 2:01 left to play in the first quarter. Been impressive so far, the Rams' tenacity driving through this full court press, as Crockett was able to do. Those traps make it tough, even into the front court, and a foul is booked on CIU. First one of the quarter, and call it on Zion Neat. So the first personal for her. 1:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Pump fake, and Scott finds Breeding. Meadows trying to back in, finds herself in a double team. Going to take some quick passes to get out of the double team. Scott left wide open, tickling the twine. Largest lead of the game for Bluefield College, 19-10. Meanwhile, back on defense, McQueen scrum to the floor, lost almost, but Meadows picked the ball up and slung it over to Crockett before it rolled across the baseline. Down to 1:20 before the first quarter is over. Scott camping out at the logo, 1:10 to play. Curtis fumbles the ball, corrals it back, lost it, no walk called, and make it a double-digit lead for the Rams. CIU trying to answer after defensively strongholding Bluefield College in the first couple of minutes. Bluefield has had an answer for the full court press, and CIU has retreated, much to the dismay of head coach Danielle Fleming, who was pretty irate during that timeout called by Corey Mullins. 40 seconds on the game clock. Crockett cuts and fouled. Called on Kanaya Watkins, her first, team second, with 37 seconds flat left to go in the first quarter. Now called a shooting foul, and here's a brand new platoon. Going back to that storyline where the Rams only have 8 players to work with. A new one of those 8 brought into the game. That's Rose Boyd. Have not seen her yet in this first quarter. 30 seconds left to go. First quarter, Scott drove into the lane, and a blocking foul called on Tiana Walls. And that's the 3rd foul on CIU. Walls is first. Rolls the clock down to 29.3 before the opening period is over. Rams lead by 11. Corey Mullins wants his point guard to hold it, and she will. Shot clock down to 10. Trading the ball around the arc. Scott launches. Offensive rebound, almost lost, tie up, and that will send the ball back to CIU with no shot clock and 11 on the game clock. So the shot clock off, and CIU get off a buzzer beater and cut this one inside of 11. And in the near wing, down to 2 seconds. Bumping in the lane, and the buzzer beater falls for the forward and Walls. So make it a 9-point game after the end of the first quarter. It's 21-12 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fam.
Welcome back to the Dome, everyone. Almost ready to start the second quarter. 21-12, Bluefield College leads in this one. Their first game since December 12th against Point. And for BC, it's been a long road. You got to think about those games that were canceled in between that time. I mean, they had one against Alice Lloyd that they were supposed to play on December 15th, but on the last time they were at the Dome, they played Reinhardt and actually picked up a 4-point win against the Eagles. That was December 4th. Today is January 5th, so it's been a full month, and it was last year when the Rams were last here at the Dome. And a couple of days ago, the Rams played against Point here at home in the men's basketball matchup that was rescheduled. Off of the drive, Crockett. Here's Boyd from the baseline. Swarming defense for CIU, trying to discombobulate Bluefield College. 7 on the shot clock, Crockett. Boy, she is fearless, draws a foul. That is going to drive CIU crazy if the Rams can keep that going. There's a foul. Called on Quanika Howard. First foul, first personal as well. I'm just thinking about that. I mean, the Rams had the ball until 5 seconds in the shot clock, and then a foul is called on CIU. And just working down the shot clock and trying to physically outmatch CIU without the same amount of bodies. Down to 5 on the shot clock again. Crockett has to realize it, so does Scott. Scott can't get a shot off, but once again gets fouled with 1 second left to go on the shot clock. So just like that, that ends 19 seconds. You got a fresh shot clock at 20. 21-12. Rams still lead by 9. And same baseline out of bounds play. They're trying to test inside with the guards, driving into the paint, which hasn't been easy for Bluefield, but they picked up a couple of fouls that might add some pressure on CIU. Try it again. 5 of the shot clock. Curtis, low post Meadows. Got a piece of the rim, so it'll reset the shot clock, but CIU, after that long possession, holds Bluefield scoreless. Jog into the far corner. Air ball 3 and a foul whistled on Rose Boyd. So Rose Boyd, her first foul, as well as the team's first here in the second quarter. 8:45 left to go in the second quarter before halftime. Madison Ferreira throws it in. 15-footer in the window. Used thanks to Hannah Treywick. 4 in a row for CIU, down to a 7-point lead. Shot clock was never reset, so we're going to see the buzzer sound. And here we go. There's frustration for Corey Mullins, and rightfully so. The Rams seemed like they were flying down the court, and now you have to figure out the calculations of what should the shot clock be at, because right now it's 4, and this isn't even an NBA shot clock at this point. I mean, they had about 14 seconds left on the shot clock. So I believe they should probably give them about 20, maybe 19 seconds left. Wow. A little bit generous there, 24 seconds. (21-14) the score, 8:28 left to play, second quarter. Sideline play, finding Wiley. Wiley trying to dial it up from 3. Bluefield's real sharpshooter from outside of the arc. The Rams have gone to a more physical style of play against CIU, trying to drive inside. See it again here with Meadows. Against 2 players, finds a shot, count it.
And 1.
There's an and 1 for Meadows, who has been a crucial difference for Bluefield College. He had a couple of threes for the Rams, and now an old-fashioned three-point play. A possibility here if she's able to hit the free throw. Meanwhile, no rebounders for the Rams. Won't need them. Nothing but nylon on the free throw. 24-14. Into the wing. Shot on the way. Too hard for Jordan McQueen. Rebound Bluefield. That's another thing where the Rams have effectively milked the clock. They've taken the lead, and they have taken such a long time on these possessions, where CIU is shooting about 15 seconds into the shot clock, sometimes 10. 10 on the shot clock. Curtis drills it 11 feet away on the baseline. 12-point lead for Bluefield College, working so far. Swinging out on the corner. Step into a long shot, no good, and caroms into the hands of Curtis. 7:18 left to play, second quarter. Now in the first half, and Bluefield College trying to add to this impressive lead in the first half. It didn't seem like it was going to be so promising after that defensive pressure in the first quarter. Meadows rolls the ball home again, carving up CIU in the low post. Curtis, going to swat that one away.
Now checking in for the Rams, number 20, Taylor Dunford.
Taylor Dunford into the game for Bluefield College. Was a starter. Oh, a tough shot off of the baseline out of bounds play for Zion Neat. Misses the layup. Crockett will take the ball up with no pressure, walking right across the Rams logo. Back to a man-to-man for CIU. Lob into Breeding, was able to get behind two defenders there, and it's a 16-point lead for the Rams. Timeout called by CIU. 16-point lead for Bluefield College. They lead in this one, 30-14, with 6:19 left to go in the first half.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fam.
Welcome back, everyone. 30-14, Bluefield College in its first game at home since the beginning of December, and its first game since December 14th overall. The Rams enjoying a lead over the Rams by 16 in the AAC battle. First of our AAC doubleheader in basketball. We got the men's game for you right after this. Let's call it around 7:15. There's a pump fake for Watkins. Flings up a shot. No good. I think that Larissa Lee. Either way, it's a miss. Well, going with the theme of this game, Bluefield College has been patient, and they have not faltered behind this tough defense that has made them shoot deep into the shot clock. There's a turnover, though. But for the most of this first half, we have seen the Rams run down the shot clock to about 6 or 7 seconds before they start to move in on the rim. That has allowed them to milk down the clock. Columbia International has not gotten off great-looking shots. Just like that one, great defense, no foul called. Scott sprinting across the timeline and backs up. And it's really been interesting to see for Bluefield how their offensive game plan has worked. Because CIU has not made an offensive adjustment. Tough shot, and once again, CIU burned for a foul, bailing Bluefield College out because Taylor Dunford, maybe that wasn't the highest percentage look she could have taken right in there, but now she's going to go to the line for two, and that's the fourth foul on CIU in the second quarter. As opposed to just one for Bluefield, 5:10 left to go. Dunford, this is the first shot and keeps the score at 16 points for a deficit. And hits the second. So the Rams have more than doubled CIU's score here in the first half. Halfway through the second quarter. Zion Neat. Driving the baseline, and a foul whistled on Bluefield. It's going to be on Dunford. Got the foul on the other end to go her way, and now gets burned for one. That's the second foul for Bluefield, her first. Pump fake trying to get the ball in, almost didn't. Return it for Ferreira, swings top of the key, Trawick. With perimeter passes, no one open down low. Trawick forced it there, and check that. That was Zion Neat. Either way, the ball rolls into the hands of Scott for Bluefield with 4:37 left to go. Curtis spins, finds herself open. So does Breeding. Almost in, rolled in and out. Quick passes to get back on defense. Rams storming. What a carry and a pretty play that might try to get CIU back into it off of Zion Neat's left hand. Euro stepped her way all the way to the glass. Breeding in trouble. Runs into a triple team. And a foul is called on Madison Ferreira. Turn of the ball was hard by Danielle Fleming. I feel like the official was kind of complacent with that hard bounce back. I mean, it would have been kind of a soft technical call. I believe if it happens again, I don't think he's going to permit it. Meanwhile, the free throw goes for Breeding. And the second one fails too. But the Rams still doubling the score of CIU, 32-16. 4 minutes left to go. Second quarter. Drive, carry, right hand. Might start to see a little bit more of that if you're CIU with Zion Neat, showing that she is also available to penetrate inside of the lane. 3:54 left to go before halftime. And Neat rolls it home. Zion Neat, the freshman from Cedar Park, Texas. Look at the wrist, and Neat drills both free throws. Substitutions for Bluefield. Kylie Meadows, as well as Tiana Crockett, relieving Morgan Wiley and Taylor Dunford. So Crockett, been kind of a do-it-all player for Bluefield College this year due to injuries and COVID. We've seen her take the ball up, and now Curtis does so. Maybe you won't see it as much, kind of got poked loose in the paint there. And the Rams will get the ball back, fortunately for Corey Mullen's team, in the corner. 3:44 left to play before halftime. Scott with a slap of the ball. Wants to try to find someone to pass to and finds Breeding. Shovels it to Curtis. Hard bounce into the hands of CIU Stewart. Trying to answer for CIU, too hard. Defensive rebound, Crockett wrestles for space. Scott crosses over. 10-second line, able to cross, but not much after that. That defense tough. Meadows open, jump stop, and a walk called. Wanted a foul, sat there, and then the whistle had to be blown. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. CIU with a little bit of momentum, can't hit it there. Of a line drive three from Madison Ferreira. New offense called by Corey Mullins with 2:50 left to play. Well, the problem with that double team, somebody's got to be open, but it's tough to find them when the arms are in your face. Breeding won't need to pass it. Right down the paint, right through the middle of the glass. Bullseye off of the layup. Too short. Crockett long rebound. Could be a track meet, realizes it. Stopping and going across the midcourt line. Forces a pass to Meadows and a foul called on CIU's Ferreira. So with 2:20 left to go. Meadows at the line. Huge part of the reason why Bluefield leads by 16, make it 17 off of the free throw make. Meadows in double figures in the first half. 36-18. Long pass into the front court for McQueen and returns it to the top of the circle for Howard. McQueen and Howard. Near side, leave for the triple, yes. Desperately needed for CIU. Shot clock has to reset. No one's going to realize it. And once again, that's the second time we had to stop the game for the shot clock. This one to run off 3 seconds. Yeah, 27 on the shot clock. Meadows finds a recipient of the pass in Crockett. Into a triple team. Breeding thought about the three. She finds herself trapped in the corner, and a foul is called on CIU. There's a push, and it's going to go on Mary Catherine Outlaw. Rams are in the bonus. First personal for Outlaw. Rams will send Breeding to the line. It's a friendly roll, 37-21. Both good for Breeding. Well, you have to love for Corey Mullins, at least if you're a Bluefield College fan, the fact that the Rams' game plan, I'm assuming, is just to keep it slow, work your offense at your own pace, and they have been able to do that for most of this first half. Meanwhile, there's a three drilled by Howard. Confidence building for CIU, but can they keep it consistent? It's a 14-point game. Poke the ball loose, stays with Bluefield, though. Larissa Lee able to pop that ball into the corner. 1:23 left to go in the second quarter. A little bit of energy building on the CIU sideline. Crockett corrals the ball. Finds help, and Curtis wide open. And there you see how the double team taketh and the double team trap giveth away with a 16-point lead. Curtis wide open. On the missed three, Breeding. Going to pull down the rebound. 1 minute left to go in the first half. 16-point lead. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Meadows bounces Curtis. Scott's going to take that and hit it. 43-24, largest lead of the ball game for Bluefield College at 19 points. Trying to taper it down with that three, no good, and a foul on the way up on the putback for Jordan McQueen. She'll go to the line, and it's booked on Curtis. That's her second personal. Whistle blows for substitute Morgan Wiley, able to come in. Shot able to fall for CIU. And Bluefield College gets the ball back with a 17-point lead and the shot clock off. 25 seconds and rolling. Breeding finds Wiley. They have the full shot clock, and they're going to decide to hold it with 17 seconds left to go in the first half. Check that, Wiley. No need to hold it. Three on the way and nail. 20-point lead for Bluefield College. 4 seconds left to go in the half. Howard doesn't realize that. They don't get the shot off. It's an air ball anyway. What a first half of basketball for Corey Mullen's squad. They lead 46-26 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We're going to be right back after a short break.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fan.
Welcome back to the broadcast, everyone. Still at halftime as Bluefield College leads CIU 46-26. Rams of Bluefield in search of their fourth win of the year in both overall and the AAC. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Bailey Engel on the call for you. Glad to have you with us as really the Rams played impeccable first half. Bluefield College shot 63% from the field as opposed to just 33% from Columbia International. Rams from three, 55%. They shot 5 of 9. You want to round that up, Ashley? 56%. 20% for CIU. However, for the CIU Rams, they're 6 of 6 at the line. Rams 7 of 9. So that's a one thing, or make it two things that CIU is actually beating Bluefield at. 14 rebounds as opposed to 13 for Bluefield College, but a whopping 63% in the first half from the field for Bluefield College. Kylie Meadows, the only Ram of Bluefield College, in double figures with 15, followed by Emily Breeding, who has 6 points for Niala Curtis, 8 points coming coming off of the bench for Tiana Scott. Make it Tiana Scott. And then for Columbia International, I mean, it's been tough for them to get anything going. The leader in points right now for them, Zion Neat, who got the start for CIU. Rams, I mean, when you're shooting 63% and also taking up so much of the game clock, where we have talked about it ad nauseum in the first half for Bluefield College, really doesn't start attacking at the 10 till about 15, maybe 10 seconds left to go in the shot clock. So each time the Rams, because of that large presence in the front court with that trap defense that CIU has been throwing at Bluefield College, the Rams have pretty impressively found their way out of that and gotten a couple of high percentage shots to go, creating them by passing around that trap, finding an open person, whether it be Crockett or Niala Curtis down low, and Kylie Meadows bullied her way to the basket a few times there in the first half. So we got about 3 minutes before the start of the second half. Rams lead 46-26 over their similarly named opponent here in the AAC BC and CIU here on the Rams Digital Sports Network.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fan.
Almost ready to start the third quarter of play here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield College leads 46-26 against an AAC foe with the same name in CIU. Welcome back, everyone. Bailey Engel on the call for you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams haven't played since December 12th. It's been that long. It's been since even longer since they played here at home at the Dome. That was back on December 4th. They did find a win against Reinhardt. And you remember when they played Reinhardt at the end of the game, the Rams ended up getting that win. Corey Mullen said, this win might turn a few heads in our conference because Reinhardt near the top of the league, Bluefield College right now trying to claw their way there. 3-5 in the AAC, 3-7 overall, but I think that was one of their better first halves of play we have ever seen them play, especially this year. Shooting over 60% from the field. Can they keep it up on defense here in the second half? And we are ready to begin the third quarter. 46-26 Rams with Breeding, Dunford, Meadows, who has 15, Morgan Wiley, and Crockett all on the floor. Entry lob. Turn around, no. McQueen spins the ball out, and a baseline rattler falls for Sproul. So McQueen didn't like what she saw inside, got the ball outside. Bluefield College still maneuvering out of that full court press. Rams trying not to dribble themselves into corners as we saw them do a few times there in the first half. That trap, pretty effective there. But another thing for Bluefield College that they did so well was the fact that they drew a tremendous amount of fouls. Kylie Meadows is dialed in. 17 points for her. So back to a 20-point lead with 9 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Launching a three, good. 2 for 2 to start from the field in the third quarter. And that time it was McQueen. Remember, no Sierra Cook. And a turnover, turn it back over, back to Bluefield College. Remember, no Sierra Cook, no Brianna Poole, no Shayla Spell, all due to COVID protocol. Ayanna Struther out thanks to a non-COVID related injury. And in the front court for Breeding. Crockett. Dunford. Meadows wide open. And that's the thing. Bluefield College has looked prepared against this trap defense that CIU has thrown at them because they have been patient enough to pass the ball around and find the open player. They're going to bounce off of the shot clock, gives the ball back to Bluefield College off of the three-point miss. 8 minutes left to go. Danielle Fleming still commanding that defense. Meadows. Rams running out of time to get it across the timeline, and it goes out of bounds off of Breeding. So Bluefield College struggling to start out here in the third quarter of getting the ball across the timeline. Bounce on the baseline, under the hoop, Bluefield ball. So luckily for Bluefield College, on top of having such a large lead, the turnovers that CIU has forced, they've answered with some of their own. Meadows trying to pivot for space. Wiley, they got to get the ball across the timeline, and they don't. A 10-second violation, second one in the game, and that gets CIU pretty hyped up. And it's a 30-second timeout for Corey Mullins and Bluefield College. Well, remember, as we stay live here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, that we have a men's game coming up right after this. Bluefield College men's basketball, after a tough loss a few days ago in a similar situation to this one for women's basketball, and the fact that they had not played in a month. They lost a point. Now they're back in action with a game under their belt in the year 2021 against a team with a winning record in CIU, coming off of a couple of exhibition games against Division I opponents, including as recently as Appalachian State. Rams are 2-5 on the men's side, 2-3 in the AAC, while CIU has a few more games, 8 to be exact, 5-3 and 4-3 in the conference. Point men's basketball had played 14 games as opposed to Bluefield's measly 7 going on Saturday. Just a year with COVID as Neat misses everything. Bluefield ball. Remember to stick around right after the game as well. Corey Mullins will be on the Rams Digital Sports Network with us with a post-game interview. Seven and a half minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Niala Curtis coming into the ball game. Rams have to adjust. Trying to get across the timeline. They only have 4 seconds to do so. Going backwards and a turnover forced. And the paint, 5-footer, no good. Rams bailed out by a tough shot again for CIU. McQueen follows it on an offensive rebound. Loaded up for the tray. No good. And the stick back falls. Courtesy McQueen. 7 minutes left before the third quarter is over. Got to get the ball in. Meadows. This is where the Rams are missing Sierra Cook. No one is getting the ball up. Here comes Crockett, poked loose, and a foul, bailing out Bluefield. Because it was going to be about a 50-50 chance if the Rams to get that across the timeline. And a new platoon jogs in for CIU. That's the first foul of the second half, and it goes on Zion Neat. .21 on the shot clock, and the Dogs called off for CIU on the full court press for Tyon Scott to jog the ball up across the half-court line. Forcing deeper, make it outside shot. Breeding couldn't make them pay there. Rebound into the hands of Stewart. Here's a three. Way too hard. Rebound Curtis. I mean, that was about an 85-mile-an-hour heater right to the rim from Ferrara. A left elbow. Another tough pass inside. Well, that fluidity of the Bluefield offense has started to stagnate here in the third quarter from the success we saw in the first half, and a three answered for CIU and Quinika Howard. All of a sudden, it's a 14-point game. Meadows going back to Crockett. Scott, maybe the best ball handler on the floor for Bluefield, and lost the ball. It's going to take her frustrations out just a second, takes all responsibility for that, and goes back on defense. I couldn't really even say she was frustrated. Answer back on defense here, wide open. And a foul called on CIU on the rebounding effort. And they went a warning on Corey Mullins. And a sideline warning on Corey Mullins. Wow. Here comes Crockett, forces the ball across midcourt. Low pass for Scott. Pass is packed. And a foul banged on CIU. Going on Walls. And check that. It's an offensive foul on Crockett. Well, everyone in the gym, including the CIU bench, surprised with that switcheroo of the call there. The official initially looked like that was going to be called on Walls, and then after a little bit of deliberation called an offensive foul. So it's a 14-point lead. Rams have led by as much as 20. Carrying a floater. No good. Curtis rips down the rebound, and another foul called with 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. bit more sloppy here in the third, with misses and fouls really adding up. 3 fouls already for CIU, 1 for Bluefield off of Crockett. Scott going backwards, lost the ball, mugged at the midcourt line, and fouled. Another one on Walls, so 4th foul. Now with the way this one's going, the second half could be 2 hours long. Next foul sends Bluefield College to the line. I have a feeling that the intensity is not going to stop there. Around the arc, Scott, 9 on the shot clock. Curtis turns around, finds Crockett for 3. No good. And the bounce favors Howard. Backing up, Rams in the zone defense. Wide open Walls. Euro step, rolls out. Offensive rebound for CIU. Another bullet 3, no good. Howard. Ferrara will not stop shooting. Confidence is there for Ferrara, but unfortunately for CIU, those shots have not dropped. She's had good looks. And really, fortunately for Bluefield College, because there have been laps in the defenses, or the defense for Bluefield. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Rams playing for the first time in a month. Curtis fouled. She'll go to the line. So far, Bluefield with just 4 points here in the third quarter. 6 minutes and 11 seconds played in this opening period of the second half. Rams searching for their 4th win of the year, would be their 4th win in the conference as well. CIU trying to make it an even 500 with a win against Bluefield. Curtis, good. On the free throw line to give Bluefield a 15-point lead. It had been a while since Bluefield had added some points on the board. Just to add 1 at the stripe there for Curtis. 3:47 left before the third is over. 3 on the way. Foul, and it's going to be a trip to the line for 3 for Jordan McQueen. And Corey Mullins barked out why, and I think a lot of Bluefield College fans might have to agree with that sentiment. Second foul on Bluefield, by the way. Rams are in the bonus of Bluefield College. Free throw goes on the first of 3 for McQueen. Not taking a ton of time, hits the second one as well. All 3 go for McQueen, 51-39. That's a huge trip to the line for CIU. Can the Rams answer off of this full court press? They get across the timeline. Finally, forced pass and a turnover. Watkins pulls up. Not a friendly bounce. Stick back can't go. No foul called, and there's one. Trying to reach behind the back, and it's booked on Zion Neat. That's going to send Crockett to the line for a pair. And you look at Bluefield College. Luckily, they have just been bailed out by some less than impressive offensive performances from CIU. Crockett at the line for a pair. No good. Bounces away. So leading the way for Bluefield in this game with a double figures day. Kylie Meadows has 19. Crockett misses both, and that certainly helps the chances of CIU. Lee backs up. Wiley in her face on defense. Pass nearly stolen. On the deck. Too short. Curtis. It's out of a trap. Outlet to Crockett from Scott. Wiley. Scott returns Wiley. Curtis from 15. No good. Meadows, 21-point day. 14-point lead for the Rams, and a foul called back on defense with 2:37 left in the third quarter. Well, Rams for Bluefield currently getting outscored here in the second half, 13-7. It's been a good third quarter for CIU, and a foul on the free throw, or on the layup, and it'll be a couple of free throws for Sproul. Well, the defense has just been solid for CIU, but if you're Danielle Fleming, you're wondering, where was this in the first half? Why wasn't my team able to create so many of those turnovers that they were able to do in the third quarter? Why weren't they able to do it in the first half? Game is certainly not over. It's a 13-point game now after the free throw make from Sproul. There's 12 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Sproul misses the second. Offensive rebound, corralled. Here comes Scott into the front court. Lost the ball. Reaches in. Called for the foul. That's tough dribbling. Not trying to take risky dribbles. Sometimes that's just going to happen. First free throw, and it falls for Watkins. 12-point game with 2:24 left in the third quarter. $11-point game. This third quarter has been all CIU, making it competitive. Scott fouled in the backcourt. She'll go to the line. Make that Crockett, actually. So Crockett to the line for a couple. Last time she went to the line, she missed both. So many fouls. By the way, both teams in the bonus now. Looking at possibly a 7:15 start, originally scheduled for 7 o'clock for the Bluefield College men's game. And Crockett, ice cold at the charity stripe, trying to warm back up. CIU with a miss has a chance to make it a single-digit game. Misses both. Brick that one. Rebound for Sproul. And a walk. Head fake, drag the leg. Larissa Lee turning the ball right back to Bluefield. Scott dribbling about chin high. Spinning around the arc, Wiley bent the knees for the shot, laid off. Good feed to Meadows. Fouled, and now she'll go to the line. That's why Bluefield was able to take such a large lead in the first half. Plays like that. Not afraid of going inside. Kylie Meadows, who has 21 points, goes to the line to try to add to that. Well, the free throw woes continue for Bluefield College. Keeping CIU with chances in this game. Tickles the twine there. Back to a 12-point lead, 54-42, 22 points for Meadows. Gets back on defense. Also back into the game, CIU's Madison Ferrara. Well, trying to win increments of the game. Got to win the first 5 minutes, win the last 5 minutes. Corey Mullins and Tara Huntsman, the assistant coach, really always trying to break the game up with goals like that. Now trying to win the last 2 minutes. They have not won the third quarter. McQueen too hard, poked out, Bluefield College ball. Minute 37 before the fourth quarter. Hard pass inside. Scott switches hands, goes backwards. Crockett might have gotten away with a double dribble. CIU not happy about that at all. And it's stolen away. Ball might not lie if Walls goes to the hoop and scores. 10-point game. Scott wants help. She's posting up in the backcourt. Rams don't have time to do that. And once again, Bluefield College, I think, can consider itself lucky with so many fouls in these situations where they are defensively out of breath. It's getting strangled by these traps from CIU. And Tiana Scott able to hit that, affectionately called T by her coaches and teammates. 55-44. Hits both. Big free throws for T. Scott, 56-44. Emily Breeding back into the game, a minute 8 before the fourth quarter. The left wing, Sproul. Carries. What a great move. Couldn't finish. Rebound Meadows. Lost the ball. Fouled. Pushed down to the baseline. And it goes on Sproul. Second foul. Gotta watch out for Kanaya Watkins, who has 3. Sproul, who now has 2. Walls with 2. Ferrara with 2. Zion Neat, who has 3. Stewart with 3. And Quinnica Howard with 3. Rolls that one home, continuing a great day for Kylie Meadows. Well, when you have so many players to work with, you can kind of just throw them out there with fouls like cannon fodder, really. 58-44, 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter. CIU with so many more players to work with, Rams with 8 bodies that they can use. No help on the roll. Offensive rebound, Sproul, and a tie-up called. Points the way of Bluefield College with 32.8 left to go in the third. Comes Crockett into the front court. And stepped out of bounds. Give the ball back to CIU with 27 seconds left. And the shot clock is off. Shot clock off, 23 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 14-point lead for the Rams. Howard taking her time. CIU to hold for the last shot. Down to 8 seconds. They get 7. Ferrara forces a pass to the elbow. McQueen and fouled. So McQueen to the line, 4-2. Frustrating result there for Corey Mullins. You can see it on the face of the head coach. And it goes. That could be a big swing. 3.2 seconds left. Rams foul. Both are true at the charity stripe. See if the Rams can force up a buzzer beater. 3.2 left. Wiley. Well, it's a foul called on a push for CIU. Wow. Walls, that's her third personal. I mean, there is just a plethora of players for CIU with 3 fouls. So remember, only 2 to work with in the fourth quarter for so many players. Walls included Hannah Traywick, Brown Stewart, Quanika Howard, and Kanaya Watkins. So Crockett to the line, able to get back dialed in at the free throw line. And Crockett hits both. Down to 1 second. Half-court heave off the backboard. 60-46. We are on our way to the fourth quarter of play here at the Dome. Bluefield College leading by a good amount, but will it be enough to hold off CIU, who surged there in the third quarter?
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fan.
Welcome back, everyone. Almost ready to start the fourth quarter. Rams lead by 14, 60-46. Getting outscored in that third quarter, 20-14. Rams led 46-26 going into the third quarter. CIU was able to offensively surge. They have one player in double figures. That is Jordan McQueen. She has 12 points. She's 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 6 from three-point land. But get this, 7 of 7 from the line. There were so many fouls there in that third quarter that have made this game unnecessarily interesting for Bluefield College. Can they keep up the defensive prowess, though, here in the fourth quarter? Because the defense of CIU is really what brought them into it. Forced up shot, no good, rolls the way of Crockett. A good statement to start out the fourth quarter for Bluefield. Up by 14. We got the men's game for you right after this, by the way, as that one sails through the hands of Dunford. McQueen out to Watkins, who has 3 fouls, carving a path to the glass. Remember that, 5 players with 3 fouls for CIU. Rams only have 8 players to work with, period. Wiley's wide open for 3 and took that moment to just dribble the ball out instead, and that's a big difference we've seen. Rams trying inside to pay dirt. Crockett with the layup.
Number 14,
Crockett. The other way, no good. McQueen. Dunford pulls down the rebound. Into the front court, Rams have been patient. It's been impressive to see what Bluefield could do with so much patience. Wiley wide open. No help off the front of the rim. Air ball. Dunford pulls it down. And talk about the woes from three-point land going into this third quarter. 4 of 20 from beyond the arc for CIU. Rams 5 of 11. They have really not had to shoot many threes. I mean, Meadows has a few, who has over 20 points in this game. Crockett down the baseline, once again using that helpful square. 64-48. Transition 3. No help from the back of the 10. Breeding pulls it down. And that theme going again. Bluefield College not taking early shots. I mean, they have milked the clock. It's kind of like to the same effect of running the ball a bunch of times in football. I mean, you're getting 3.5 yards per play. Why not just keep doing it, milking down the clock? Now the shot clock is at 8. Meadows, pump fake to the rim once again. Her day continues, 66-48, 18-point lead for Bluefield. McQueen, a couple of athletic bounces. And you see right there, when Breeding took the ball down, the initial instinct was just to carry the ball, shield it, instead of just turning around and sprinting towards the hoop. The Rams have not had that luxury against CIU because the traps have been there. Dunford, a couple of pump fakes, and lost the ball. Sproul switches hands, Euro step, no good. Foul called on the offensive rebounding effort of CIU after she wasn't able to get it. Crockett getting fouled. Watkins, that's her 4th personal. So Watkins, her 4th. Curtis comes back into the game, as well as T. Scott. 6:34 left to play in this ball game. This is definitely a change of pace from what we saw in the third quarter, where it seemed like every 4 seconds there was a foul. Scott lost the ball. We already went 3.5 minutes without a whistle being blown. Missed shot on the layup attempt from Zion Neat. Morgan Wiley. I'm going to hand it off for Scott. Wiley at the elbow. Meadows. No help on the roll. Richard Morgan, head coach of the men's basketball team, had his arms up hoping that one was going to go in. Driving the baseline. And a foul. That'll go on Meadows, helping up Brittany Brown, who had that Tasmanian Devil effort there. I mean, sprinting and spinning off of that foul, tornadoing to the 10. Now she's going to go to the line. That's the second for Kylie Meadows. First foul for Bluefield here in the fourth quarter with 5:58 left. Too short on the free throw attempt. Brown misses both. Curtis volleyballs it back to herself. Finds Meadows, lost the ball. Meadows across the timeline with 5:45. Down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. Have to force a shot. Meadows at the buzzer. Good! She's been unstoppable tonight, Kylie Meadows. 68-48. Back to a 20-point lead, a lead that had dwindled all the way to 10 in the third quarter after a really great effort by CIU. Almost went backcourt there. Scott had the realization where she was on the floor, was able to pass it backwards. Bounce out. Easy baseline shot for Curtis. Can't drill it. Watkins storming coast to coast, draws a foul. Rolls the clock down to 4:55. Well, stick around. Whatever happens after this game, we will have Corey Mullins no matter what. Talk about this result before having to play Thursday in Athens, Tennessee against Tennessee Wesleyan. Bit of a road swing against Tennessee Wesleyan as well as Brenau. Well, we're getting into it. Only the heat of the basketball schedule. And talk about a heat of a schedule. At Bluefield College, as well as really everywhere around the NAIA, it's going to be pretty crazy because volleyball, both men's and women's, is coming back, as well as football next month. How about that? Full timeout called by CIU. We'll take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield College leading by 18, 68-50.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, The opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fan.
Welcome back. 68-50. Rams lead by 18 despite having only 8 players to work with. 4:55 left to play, searching for their 4th win of the year. Would be their 4th win overall as well as in the conference. Right now 3-7, 3-5 in the AAC, trying to hand CIU its 8th loss of the year and its 6th loss in the conference, currently sitting at 4-5 in the AAC. Patient offense developing for Bluefield. 4:40 left to go in this ball game. Breeding with the left hand, can't get the roll. What an effort for Curtis, can't finish. Oh, Crockett and Curtis force a tie-up with themselves, and possession arrow pointed the way of Bluefield. Just got to call same team. Well, they're able to laugh about it since they're up by 18. That happened to me a few times that I was playing intramural and just pick up basketball. Just got to call same team. Meadows, who has done such a great job today. Crockett to the hoop. Yana Crockett now with 8 points. And a walk. Well, it has been such a tough 4th quarter for CIU after a really promising 3rd quarter. They have fought back. Bluefield College, now like they did in the first half, found a way to maneuver out of this trap that dealt them so many problems there in the 3rd quarter. Comes Scott. Curtis. Once again, milking the clock down. Scott was in the low post, backed up for 3. Almost got the bounce, swatted out of bounds on a clean left hand by Zion Neat. So for all of that, the Rams have a fresh 20 seconds to work with and 3:30 on the game clock. Here's Scott. The men's game for you after this one to stick around on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Crockett, bang! From the top of the circle. Largest lead of the game for Bluefield. I think the hopes for CIU might be gone with 3 minutes left, down by 23. An impressive showing for the Rams. And they finish it. Neat, count it with a foul. The chance to make this another 20-point game.
Foul called on Rams 22, Meadows for the 3rd personal. Now checking in for the Rams is number 11, Rose Boyd.
Rose Boyd coming back into the contest for Bluefield. Look at the wrist. Too hard on the free throw. Curtis reaches and gets the rebound. Down to 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Scott, she's in a triple team. Watkins with a clean steal, lays it up and through. Oh, remember, Watkins has 4 fouls. Not that it Seems like it'll be a gigantic detail with 2.5 minutes in a 19-point game. But that was how CIU fought most of the game. Wow, football pass to Meadows. She was open, gave it back to Curtis, flies to the rim, and just bounces that one through the nylon. Timeout called, 75-54. It's a 30-second timeout, 21-point lead for Bluefield. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. We're going to have Corey Mullins right after the game. A couple of players in double figures for the Bluefield College Rams in this one. Kylie Meadows with over a 20-point day. Got an assist there as well. Just at the end of the third quarter, remember, it was a 14-point game, 60-46. 2 minutes, 16 left, and the Rams have just bounced up a gigantic lead now at 21 points. Just 8 points so far for CIU here in this fourth quarter. The Rams have added 15 quickly. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Telegraphed by Curtis. Shot no good. Fouled it, Watkins on the second try. Comes Breeding. Into the front court, lost the ball, and it stays with Bluefield. You got to give it to CIU. I mean, you can tell the intensity is just there. I mean, they have not really given up on any of that in the fourth quarter, despite it being really out of reach right now. 1 minute, 44 seconds. Here's Breeding. Cuts to the left. Finds Boyd. Boyd lost it. Neat into the front court. Great step. No finish. Sproul fouled. Goes on Dunford. Dunford is starter. That's her second personal. So Bluefield going on the road after this to Tennessee Wesleyan, usually a very tough opponent nearing the top of the conference. Good amount of the years, at least, that I've been here since 2017. "17-point game. Minute 22, full court press on. Here comes Scott. Bounces it out to Howard. Thought that Boyd was there instead. That pass is intercepted. Down to a minute 7, Breeding to the hoop. Well, both teams have not given up. I mean, there's just so much speed on the floor right now, despite Bluefield leading by 19. 3 missed. Boyd, the rebounding effort, lost her footing. Corey Mullins begging his team not to foul. I think a lot of people staffing this game want to echo that sentiment. .5 left to go. Breeding with a head fake. Zablos stays with Bluefield College, who will improve to 4-7. Shot clock still on at 10 seconds. 27 game clock. Shot off the glass and in for Dunford. On the other end, it's good to make it 79-62. 17-point lead for the Rams. Loss of the ball, neat. Trying to clean up some stats, and she's able to. 15-point game. Scott. Well, Watkins trying to steal the ball away, and that won't matter. 79-64. Rams get it done despite only having 8 players to work with. They win by 15 and improve to 4-7 on the year. Just a really impressive game for Bluefield College. I mean, just a great showing for Corey Mullins and company, who will join us very shortly, but really got to love what you saw out of the Rams, especially Kylie Meadows with an impressive offensive performance. And well, for Bluefield, first time they played since December 12th, they win here tonight, 4-7 on the year with a 4-5 AAC record. CIU 6-8 with a 4-6 AAC record. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the head coach Corey Mullins here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. But this is a final, 79-64. On the Rams Digital Sports Network, Rams win the first of this AAC basketball doubleheader.
At Bluefield College, you will experience a Christ-centered curriculum, community, and campus. Having over 40 academic programs, 18 sports teams, and a plethora of student organizations, the opportunities are endless at BC. With a 14-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, students receive the personal instruction needed to help them succeed. You will know and be known as a member of the Rams fam.
Impressive win for Bluefield College here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, winning by 17 points. We're going to have the men's game for you right after this, but Corey Mullins should be joining us very briefly. And, well, you know, for the Rams, just an impressive day despite having only 8 players to work with, which is just so great if you're head coach Corey Mullins, who is almost ready to join us now. And the Rams Digital Sports Network, Bluefield College with such.
From breaking their press to getting into an offense down here, that's the toughest part of CIU because they continue to pursue you. And so I was really proud of our guards. We made enough plays to kind of stem the tide there, and we were able to build the lead back there in the fourth quarter, and really proud of our team. They overcame a lot of adversity just within our program as far as not having a full roster back when we got back 2 Saturdays ago, and I'm just really excited for them.
Yeah, you definitely should be excited because I saw the way you guys fought in those first couple of minutes against that full court press, and it looked like, oh no, is that going to be another one of those games for Bluefield College's offense? You're without your starting point guard as well, and Sierra Cook. Yet you guys were able to maneuver so well against that full court press, and you ended up going into halftime with a 20-point lead. What did you tell them to be able to do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we worked on it really extensively the last 2 days in practice. You know, the tough thing with CIU is they want you to keep that ball on the sideline, and when they keep that ball on the sideline, they trap you. So it's like it's a 1-on-4 once they get you across the half-court line. So just trying to get the basketball inbounds, but then also split the trap and get to the middle of the floor where you have more options to make some things happen. And really proud of Emily and Ty. You know, this is Ty's first game back this season, and you know she left some things out there that she can improve upon. And then a player that really stepped up, I felt like, was Tiana Crockett. I felt like she did a good job of alleviating that pressure by being that third guard that can bring that basketball up the floor and help us beat that press. So really excited for our team.
Well, we haven't really talked about Kylie Meadows, who had an over 20-point day offensively. I mean, she was dialed in. Yeah, and she had, you know, we knew that she was going to get opportunities. You know, obviously, you know, we have a couple players out that probably 18 points a game out, or 20 points a game
not with us tonight, so we knew we had to get the basketball on the block. Knew Kylie was going to be one of our best options to do that, and really proud of her. She stepped up and made some big shots. I don't know what her field goal percentage was, but she probably missed more free throws than she did field goals. Like she was that consistent when she got catches. So really excited for her, and looking forward to being full strength and getting some more bodies out there, but really happy with the way our team played tonight.
Well, without even full strength, we kind of equated on the broadcast. I say we, it's just me talking on this thing. But kind of equated it to, in football, you just run the ball a bunch and you're just milking out the clock. It seemed like you guys were able to do that time and time again, starting the attack with about 10 seconds left on the shot clock, maybe 5 seconds. Is that the brand of basketball you want to see out of Bluefield College women's basketball?
Well, I think ultimately it is, and I think that's what makes us different. And you and I have talked about our defensive philosophy. We love to defend in the last 10. Not all teams love to defend for 20, 25, 30 seconds. And so we knew that if we could get to the last 10, make the transition from press break into half-court offense, that we'd get opportunities to score. And tonight it worked out for us, and our girls faithfully followed that plan and made some big-time shots tonight.
Well, Coach, you got a road swing coming up. Tennessee Wesleyan, Amber now, a couple of games. You're starting to get into the heat of the season. What do you want to see out of your team that maybe you didn't see tonight?
Man, honestly, I just want us to have fun. Our team has really worked hard to not have any stoppages during the season. We've had a few non-conference games that we had to pass on, but we have played. And I'm really proud of our team. That's a testament to, the decisions they've made off the floor. And so to be here early January, I don't know how long we're going to play into January, but I just want us to have fun as long as we are playing. And winning does help. And I'm looking forward to spending a couple days with them on the road this weekend and just building that chemistry, man, and just really setting that foundation for our team.
Well, Coach, congratulations. An impressive 79-64 win. Rams on the road in a couple of days against Tennessee Wesleyan. Drive safe to Athens.
All right, thanks, Bailey. Appreciate you.
Our final score, 79-64. Rams win this one. Don't go away. We got the men's game right after this, but the women get it started off right. And the Rams Digital Sports Network with an impressive 15-point win.